Hello students, so in this video we are going to start with sample question paper for CBSE students. Yes, so this is the video for CBSE syllabus and we are going to solve sample question paper for science 2025-26 class 10. Now this question paper has a maximum marks 80 and time allotted is 3 hours. And the general instructions for solving this paper are, the one is, the question paper consists of 39 questions. So total questions are 39 in this question paper, which are divided into three sections. Section 1 is biology, section B is chemistry, and section C is physics. So section A biology, B chemistry, and C will be physics. Then all questions are compulsory. So here see, all the questions are compulsory. However, an internal choice is provided in some questions, means in between some of the question has or option, means internal choice. A student is expected to attempt only one of these questions. So wherever you have a or choice or internal choice, from those two questions, any one question you have to attempt compulsory. So these all 39 questions you have compulsorily attempt. But only wherever there is an internal choice, from two questions you can attain any one question from those. So this is the CBSE question paper general instruction. Now we'll start with part A, biology, that is section A. So now we are going to start with section A, that is biology, and whatever questions now we are going to solve, all these questions carry 1 mark. So here for separately also I have written for each question that how much marks it carries. So we'll see the first question. So question number 1, select the group in which all organisms have the same mode of nutrition. So here we have to select the group in which all organisms have same mode of nutrition. So these are the multiple choice question. We have to select the correct option from the given options. So here nutrition means we have two types, that is autotrophic nutrition, heterotrophic nutrition. So we have to select the one which has same nutrition. So option A, cuscuta, yeast, legumes, leeches, tapeworms. So here you can see cuscuta is a parasite, yeast is also a parasite, it is nothing but a saprophyte. Legume is autotrophic, leech is a parasite, tapeworm is also parasite. So here cuscuta, yeast, leech and tapeworm comes in same category, but these legumes are in a different category. So option A will not be the answer. Option B, cactus, ticks, lice, leeches and cow. So you can see here cow is the different option which will not come in this category. Then cuscuta, ticks, lice, leeches and tapeworm. So here if you see, all are parasite. So here we can say that all are parasites means all are showing heterotrophic nutrition. So this can be the answer. We'll see the option D, cactus, grass, lice, lion and tapeworm. So you can see here this grass is a autotrophic, but remaining here lion and all are heterotrophic. Therefore option D also will not come as option D will not be the answer. As I told here, cow is also heterotrophic, but the cactus will not come in this option. Therefore the correct option is option C. So write down the answer. It is C, cuscuta, ticks, lice, leeches and tapeworm. So these all are parasites, or these all will show heterotrophic nutrition. So answer is option C. Now we will see question 2. Which of the following options indicates the products formed after breakdown of glucose in our muscle cell when there is a lack of oxygen? So here this question is from the respiration topic. So once the oxygen is entered into the body, that oxygen will be supplied to each and every cell of the body. So inside the cell, the glucose which is present, which we have got from the nutrition, that will break into smaller or simple chemicals. So here they have asked, especially in muscle cells, when the glucose is broken in presence of less oxygen or when there is a lack of oxygen. So see, once again I am reading, in muscle cells, when there is a lack of oxygen, this glucose is broken into which all product that we have to mark. So see the first one, ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy. First option. Actually, ethanol, carbon dioxide, energy, these are the products which we get especially in yeast. Wherever there is a fermentation, ethanol, carbon dioxide and energy formation takes place. So this option will be the wrong option. Then B is the lactic acid and energy. So here lactic acid energy is the correct option because in muscle cells, because of the lack of oxygen, glucose which is converted into pyruvate, that pyruvate will convert into lactic acid and energy, and due to the deposition of this lactic acid, we can experience the pain or the cramps in the muscle when we'll be doing the work or exercise. Option C is lactic acid, carbon monoxide and energy. Actually the answer is lactic acid and energy, which is there in option B. Carbon monoxide, it is a poisonous gas which will be formed during the combustion. So this will not be the correct answer. Option D, carbon dioxide, water and energy. And these are the products which are formed in the cell, especially in the mitochondria. So this will not be the answer. So the correct option or the correct answer is option B, lactic acid and energy. So write down the answer B, lactic acid and energy. So these are the answers of question 1 and question 2. After this, we will see question 3. Now we will see the third question again, which carries 4 marks. So here we are going to see question number 3, 4 and 5. Which of the following is correct combination of function and part of the brain? So we have to combine or we have to see the part of the brain and its function should be correct. They should correctly matched. So see here, option A, so posture and balance. So here this side they have given the functions and the other side we have the parts of the brain. So correctly we have to match these parts and the function. So option A is posture and balance. It is controlled by cerebrum, it seems. Then option B is salivation, which is controlled by medulla in the midbrain. Then option C is hunger, which is controlled by pons in hindbrain. And option D is blood pressure, which is controlled by or which is a function of medulla in hindbrain. So actually the correct option is here option D, that is blood pressure, and controlling the blood pressure, it is the function of medulla in hindbrain, because posture and balance, it is the role of or it is the function of cerebellum. It is not cerebrum, it is cerebellum. Salivation is the function of medulla in midbrain, they have given, but it is not midbrain, it should be hindbrain. That's why this is also a wrong option. Hunger, it is the function of pons in hindbrain, they have told, but it is not pons in hindbrain, it is hypothalamus. So that's why hypothalamus, and therefore these all three options are wrong, and the correct option is blood pressure, which is the function of medulla in hindbrain. So write down the answer D, blood pressure medulla in hindbrain. Now we'll see question number 4. Question number 4 says the blood glucose level in a patient was very high. It may be due to inadequate secretion of. So blood in a patient, glucose level in the blood, it became very high. So that may be due to inadequate secretion of. So we have to tell the correct option. Option A is growth hormone from pituitary gland. Option B, estrogen from ovary. Option C, insulin from pituitary gland. And option D is insulin from pancreas. So here the blood glucose level in the blood will be controlled by the hormone called insulin, and which is secreted by pancreas. and therefore this is the correct option. If you see option A, growth hormone from pituitary gland, growth hormone is secreted by pituitary gland, it is correct, but this will not focus on the level of insulin. It is a growth hormone, it sees the metabolic activities which occur in the body. Option B, estrogen from ovary. Ovary is the reproductive organ which secretes the hormone estrogen in case of females, but it don't have any function related to insulin. It is related to secondary sexual characters and during the reproduction or the reproductive organs growth. Option C is insulin is correct. From pituitary gland, it seems insulin is not secreted by pituitary gland. Pituitary gland will secrete growth hormone and insulin is secreted by pancreas. Therefore, option C is also wrong. So correct option is option D. Therefore, write down the answer. Answer D, insulin from pancreas. Now we'll see the next one. Question number 5. In a cross between a black furred rabbit. So we are going to do the crossing between black furred rabbit. So we are going to see the color of the fur. So one rabbit has black fur and it is denoted by capital B. So capital means here black color is dominant, capital B. And white furred rabbit, one more rabbit is of white furred and here white color is shown by a small b, that is recessive. So see here, black is dominant and white is recessive. All offsprings were found to have black fur, but after the crossing whatever offsprings we have got all have black fur, not a single offspring has white colored fur. What can be inferred about the genetic makeup of the parent rabbit? So if all the offspring after crossing were getting black fur, then what are the genetic makeup of parents, that we have to tell. So if you see here, in the offspring they have saying all have black, means in the offspring there is one dominant gene, that is capital B. As we all know, if you want to see black color, black fur into the offspring, either it should have both capital B as a genetic makeup, or at least it should have one capital B and one small b. So both the capital B means it has a black fur, no doubt, but one capital B means capital B is dominant, so it shows black color as a physical appearance compared to the small b, because small b is recessive, it will not express its characteristics. So therefore, if in an offspring we are getting black color fur, means at least one it should have a capital B, and this is possible if the parent has capital B and another parent has small b as a genetic makeup. Because if I show you here a crossing, see here, one rabbit has capital B, another rabbit has small b. If you see the b genes, it will be capital B and this will be small b, and if you cross these two, in the offspring we are going to get one capital B and one small b. What do you mean by capital B? Capital B means it is a black color. So that's why if you take the combination of genetic makeup capital B, small b, then only all the offsprings will get a black fur. If any one parent has mixed like this, then either one of the offspring is going to get a white fur. Therefore, we cannot select option B, we cannot select option C, even we cannot select option D. So the correct option is option A, that is one rabbit has capital B and another rabbit has small b as genetic makeup. So therefore the correct answer is answer A, option A, capital B and small b. Now we'll move to the next question. Now we'll see question number 6. Again, it is a multiple choice which carries 1 mark. So here we are going to see question number 6 and question number 7. Which are the correct statements related to ozone? So we have to see the statement first. So here we have 5 statements, and out of 5, whichever all are correct, that we have to see the options, that is A, B, C, D. So we'll read statement first. First option statement. ozone layer helps in increasing the UV radiations reaching on the earth. So what is ozone? That we will see first. What is ozone? Ozone is nothing but the O3 gas, which is poisonous actually. Ozone is a O3 gas. The molecular formula is O3 and this gas is poisonous. It is a poisonous gas and it is present in the atmosphere at the far from the earth. So imagine if this is the earth. So in the atmosphere somewhere here at far distance there is a layer covering of ozone. And somewhere here imagine there is a sun. So whatever electromagnetic radiations are coming from the sun, all will pass from this, all have to pass from this ozone layer. But when these all the radiations are passing, only UV radiations will be trapped. So here only UV radiations will be trapped. These UV radiations will not be allowed to go on the earth. And because of this only the living beings or the living organisms on the earth are safe, because these UV radiations are very dangerous and they will affect the living organisms on the earth, especially in case of human beings. If these radiation comes in contact with the skin, they causes skin cancer, and that is only the work of this ozone layer. So we'll see the second options now. First option, ozone layer helps in increasing the UV radiations reaching on the earth. It is completely wrong because it will prevent the UV rays coming on the earth. So first statement is completely wrong. Second statement, ozone is a deadly poisonous gas. Yes, it is correct. Ozone is a deadly poisonous gas. Third statement, ozone layer shields the earth from UV radiation. So as I told, earth is here and here the ozone. So ozone is preventing the UV radiations to come inside. So it is working or it is functioning like a shield for the earth. Therefore, this statement is also correct. Statement number 4, ozone layer prevents UV rays which cause skin cancer. So as I told, UV rays causes skin cancer in case of human beings. And because of this ozone layer, these UV radiations are not coming on the earth and it prevents UV rays which causes skin cancer. So this statement is also correct. Now we will see statement 5th. Ozone is formed with the help of chlorofluorocarbon. Actually, it is completely wrong because of this chlorofluorocarbon, which is a refrigerant in the refrigerator. Due to these gases, this ozone layer is getting depleting. So ozone layer is getting removed. And if this ozone layer gets removed, UV radiations directly enter on the earth. Actually, ozone is formed from oxygen. We know oxygen. So oxygen is broken into nascent oxygen like this. Nascent oxygen, and this nascent oxygen then combines with the another oxygen molecules and we are getting O3, that is ozone. Chlorofluorocarbon will not help. Chlorofluorocarbon will not help to form ozone. So this statement is wrong. So here the correct statements are statement 2, 3 and 4. Now we see the option. Option A has statement 1, 2 and 3. So 1 is the wrong option. So this is wrong. Then option B is second, third and fourth. Here you can see second, third, fourth. So this is the correct one. Option C, option D are the wrong options again. So therefore write down the answer. Option B, second, third and fourth. Now here when you write these options, no need to write these all the sentences again in the answer. Only write down whatever is given in the options. So this is the answer for question number 6. Now we will see question number 7. Question number 7. Which of the following human activities has resulted in an increase of non-biodegradable substances? So first tell me what is non-biodegradable substances. Bio means living, degrade means decompose. But here it is non. Non means the waste which will be not decomposed by the living organisms like microorganisms, bacteria, fungus, etc. So the waste which will be not decomposed by these bacteria or fungus, those are what are those waste from these options? The first is organic farming. Organic farming, as the word says organic. Organism which is made up of carbon, hydrogen, oxygen, and it is a degradable which can be eaten by bacteria, fungus. So this is the wrong option. Now see the next. Increase in tree plantation. It is nowhere connected with the question. Use of plastic as packaging material. So you know plastic. Plastic is a man-made material and which is not organic. So plastic cannot be eaten by living organisms like bacteria or the fungus. So that's why this plastic will not be eaten by these microorganisms and this plastic will remain as it is into the atmosphere. So this is called as non-biodegradable substance. Option D, composting kitchen waste. Kitchen waste means what? All the vegetable matter which we'll be using to prepare the food items and etc. These all will be decomposed with the help of these biodegradable, biological organisms or microorganisms. Therefore, option D cannot be the correct one. So here the correct option is option C. So write down answer C, use of plastic as packaging material. Here I can tell you that you maybe have seen if you throw any plastic on the road or anywhere, it will remain as it is for many days. It may travel from one place to another place with the because of this wind and all, but it will be not decomposed like vegetable matter. If you see, if any organism, any animal or any bird if dies, it can be decomposed with the help of these all the microorganisms, but plastic cannot be decomposed and therefore it is called as non-biodegradable substance. So correct option is option C. Now we'll move with the next question. Now the next question, here we have assertion and reasoning. Assertion and reason, and then by using these we have to see the correct option. So we'll read the question. The following two questions consist of two statements. Assertion, that is A, reason, that is R. Answer the questions by selecting the appropriate option given below. What are the options here? Option A is both assertion and reason are true and reason is the correct explanation of assertion. You have to read it very carefully. Option B, both assertion and reason are true, but reason is not the correct explanation of assertion. Option C, assertion is true, but reason is false. Option D, assertion is false, but reason is true. So according to this, we have to correctly mark. So now we will move with question 8. So here you can see assertion and reason both are given. You have to read both, understand and see which option can be matched. Now we will start. What is assertion? Tallness of a pea plant is controlled by an enzyme. Reason, the gene for that enzyme makes proteins which help the plant to be tall. So see here, tallness of the plant is controlled by an enzyme. It is correct because if the enzyme secretion, the enzyme which causes tallness, if it is secreted more, then the plant will become tall. If the enzyme which is controlled by the height, if the height is controlled by an enzyme and if that enzyme secretion is less, then the plant will be tall. Therefore, tallness of a pea plant is controlled by an enzyme. It is correct. Now, see the reason. The gene for that enzyme makes protein which helps the plant to be tall. Means gene is responsible for that enzyme which makes protein. Yes, it is also correct. Always, if you want to see the tallness or the darkness into the plant, here the main thing is the gene. Gene is responsible for the particular enzyme. This enzyme will prepare a protein and using this protein then the tallness or the darkness will be decided. So everything is in control of this gene. Gene if secretes, if it gives the order to the enzyme secretion will be more, protein secretion will be more, height will be more. If enzyme will not give the order to if the gene will not give the order to enzyme secretion is less, protein will be less, then the height will be less. Therefore, these both are correct. Sorry, assertion is correct. and reason is correct for this assertion. So what I can answer? Option A, that is both assertion and reason are true, and R, that is reason, is the correct explanation of assertion. Whenever you solve such type of question, it will be tricky, but understand, see the relation between the two and then try to write the answer. Now question number 9, assertion: vulture will always have least amount of pesticides in a food chain. Vultures are the organisms which eat another organisms, and these are the organisms which will be present on the last level of tropical level. So vultures will always have the least amount of pesticides. Reason: vulture occupies the last tropic level and it gets only 10% of energy from the previous tropic level. So according to energy flow into the tropic levels, it is correct that it gets only 10%, because whenever the energy is transferred from one level to another level, only 10% will be transferred and remaining all energy will be lost into the environment. So this reason is correct. But if you see the assertion, they are saying vulture will have least amount of pesticides. It is nothing but biomagnification related sentence. What is biomagnification? The amount of these pesticides or harmful chemicals deposition into the organism, and this deposition will be highest into the high level of organism or tropic level. So as vulture is present on the last tropic level, they should have the highest amount of pesticides. Biomagnification will be more in these vultures because vultures present on the last tropic level, and that's why assertion is wrong. But this reason is correct, because they're present on the last tropic level, they will get only 10% on the previous tropic level. So that's why here what I can do, assertion is wrong, but reason is correct. But reason is not the correct explanation of the assertion. That's why you should not mark B here. You should mark D. A is false, but R is true. Here, see here, R is correct, but it is correct explanation of A, it seems. So it is not a correct explanation of assertion. Therefore, we should mark option D. So answer option D, A is false, but R is true. So this is the answer for question number 8 and question number 9. So here all 1 mark questions we have finished from this section A, biology. After this we are going to start with 2 mark question. So I hope you are understanding all the explanation of these whole explanation of these all the questions. Try to understand the explanation and make notes of these all the questions. Write down these all the notes in your book, so it will be easy for you people for the revision. And if you like my videos, share my videos with all your friends. If you have any doubts, comment those doubts in the videos, and please consider subscribing my channel. Thank you so much.